high five.
Inside the 10, head first, he dives inside the 5-yard line. Rushing forward, ball comes out of the hands of Newton. It's on the ground and still on the ground. Picked up by T.J. Ward at the 4-yard line. Davis gets maintained in the McCaffrey with a 19-yard reception. But Terrell again for at least 19 and more than that. Inside the 10, touchdown Denver. All week long, Marty Schottenheimer talked to his
Manning out of the gun. Manning lets it fly. It's caught by Thomas. There's the record for Peyton Manning.
This is our legacy. The stories that we're forever remembered by. The moments that are shared. The history that's been made. You see, here in Bronco country, we know what's expected of us. We've been to the mountaintop before. And we sure as hell ain't going to accept anything less. Now, you just don't get there overnight. Sometimes your body will say, I'm tired. Tell your body to shut up. It takes sacrifice, it takes determination, dedication, resilience, and a hunger that I will not stop until the job is complete. But you've trained your entire life for this moment. You've trained a lifetime to be in this position. It's going to take you looking fear in the eye. It says, not today. Not today. I fear nothing. That's what makes getting to the top sweeter, because you trained a lifetime for this moment, and this moment is now. The stage is set. The nation is watching. The time to rise to the occasion is now. Let's go, Broncos. Let's go, Broncos. Let's go, Broncos.
Hey, you guys! What's up, everybody? Welcome to the re-premiere episode of the Neigh-borhood. What's up, everybody? I'm Johnny Bakke. With me is my buddy, Glenn Hauser. How you doing, Glenn?
Doing great. Can't wait for today's game. So excited.
Oh, man. It's game day. I love game day. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who we're playing. It's just fun to watch the Broncos play, period. And,
no doubt.
I absolutely love game day. So I'm just going to go ahead and introduce this real quick. Welcome to the re-premiere episode of The Neigh-borhood. Okay, we are a pre-game Broncos podcast that goes live before every game. We are fan-led. We talk about, of course, NFL news, but our focus, of course, is always the Denver Broncos. All right, today the Broncos are going to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars in Jacksonville. How are you feeling about it, Glenn?
This is one of those games where it seems so obvious that we're going to win that it scares you, like
a little bit. So,
right.
Real quick, we're going to go ahead and just jump right over to the tailgate because we have the Mile High Prophet himself, a Hall of Famer, Denver Broncos superfan, at the tailgate, ready for us. He's got some pretty exciting stuff for us. All right, so we're going to go ahead and add him in. Here we go. Everybody say hello to the Mile High Prophet at the tailgate.
Welcome, Broncos country. We are coming to you live from Jacksonville. We got TJ Ward in the house beating the fans.
TJ Ward! Oh my gosh!
We got Broncos fans from all over the place. Here's two guys that traveled from Oklahoma.
All the way from OK.
We got a Jag fan right here. He's a little lonely because there's like 1,000 Broncos fans. What's
That's
your name,
all right,
sir?
buddy. Not everybody's perfect.
You guys are going to win by like 15, probably.
There you go. Broncos by 15. Now let's see some dancing Broncos over here.
All right.
We got like 1,000 Broncos fans here. Here's a few on the dance floor.
Go Broncos! Go Broncos!
Broncos country, make some noise!
That's right!
Woo! I am so sorry that I really can't hear much of what you guys are saying, but there is an energy here like I have never experienced at a Broncos away game. It is incredible. It has been raining all morning, but the clouds are clearing away just a little bit. People are electrified here, and we are predicting a Broncos victory.
That is right. That is absolutely right, Prophet. This is so exciting. Simply that you can see the energy there. You can see the energy there. I mean,
I'm sorry, I really can't hear you. I'm going to have to let you go, but I know you guys are going to do a great job on this show, and I will talk to you in a few days.
All right, have fun, Prophet. Thank you.
Thank you. That, I mean, he didn't really say much, but that was unbelievable, Glenn.
Think about this. He said that, and Prophet goes to a lot of games, and he said that that's the most electrifying away game atmosphere, and he's outside the stadium. So right? I can only imagine what it's going to be like inside that place.
Oh man, I mean, last week in New York, from what I had heard, like 50% of the crowd was Broncos fans, or close to it. I heard like half this crowd. I mean, or maybe not, maybe it completely happened. There were a lot of Bronco fans I heard in New York.
And that was one of the interesting things that you heard about that as well, is that I'm trying to think who the player was that was that referenced it. They said that what was cool was that the Giants fans started bailing, and then the Broncos fans just even got louder. So it was a huge presence.
If y'all want to check it out, I did write an article, previewing the keys to today's game. It's out on Denver Nosebleeds, and I did reference that like the Broncos fans showed up and showed out in New York last Sunday, so much so that the roar and the decibels for the away team were just about as much as for the home team.
Right.
So that is a perfect example of what makes Broncos country so special. I mean, every team has fans everywhere, but Broncos country, I don't know. There's just a different feel for us, I think. And that could just be a bias. That could be a bias.
I don't think it's a bias. I mean, look at the home crowds, the home games, and that's, I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but if we do end up winning this game as we expect, to go into the home opener against a team like the Jets would just be ridiculous. I mean, the fans, the energy, coming off of some wins in September, that would be phenomenal. So.
Right. It looks like Isaiah's in the stream for a second. I'm gonna mute myself for just.
What's up,
Isaiah? What's going on? How's it going?
Just pretty good. Just finishing up drill. We had a pretty chill weekend, so we were able to come in and civvies. So right now we're waiting for the food so I can hurry up and rush home and catch the game. So got the opportunity to jump in on the pregame podcast. How you doing, Glenn? I'm
doing well. It looks like you saw the Michael Crabtree appearance on QVC and made a purchase. So there you go.
Well, I don't have to worry about a key to leave over here, so I decided to wear it today.
Well, you didn't see it, but we just Prophet was just live from the tailgate in Jacksonville, and he put TJ Ward on just for a brief second on camera, and TJ gave us a nice wave, so that was cool.
I tried to catch it. Oh man, that's absolutely awesome. That's awesome. I was looking at the tailgate. There's a lot of fans and stuff.
He said he said it was 1,000, and he said it was the loudest home atmosphere, the craziest energy in an away game, a Broncos away game that he's experienced. And this is a man that's been to many, many games.
Wow. I mean, that's awesome. So what's up, Broncos country? Glad to see Dave in chat, Avatar.
Oh yeah, you know what? We haven't even gotten to the chat yet.
Oh, bad?
Yeah, what's up, Isaiah?
What's up, brother?
It's good to see you. It's good to see you. I like the Crabtree chain there. Yeah.
There you go, too. You just copy Glenn. Be original, Johnny.
Hashtag thug life. Anyway, in the stream, yeah, that's right.
I know, Isaiah's sucking in the gut, too, which is good.
I know, right?
You have to in a shirt like that.
I thought you were at drill. I thought you were at drill. You're not. How are you at drill in Broncos stuff? How are you rocking Broncos stuff when you're supposed to be in uniform?
Because it's supposed to be like a family drill weekend, so they say come in civvies and stuff. So yesterday I came in
all right.
Today I was like, yeah, today's game day, and I was like,
well, I'm so glad. It's good to see you. We got
Let's bring Dave into the mix too.
Oh, look at that. Dave is here. Dave Foglassman in the house.
What's up?
Now we got a 4-piece on the neighborhood. This is great. This is great. So in the chat, we got Mobat saying, go Broncos. We got Avatar. What's up, Broncos country? Mundungus, the boss man who couldn't join us today, saying, Prophet.
I'm so mad I missed it. I'm so mad I missed it.
Oh, you should be. Dave, did you see Prophet's quick sideline report? Or like
no,
a little bit of it. Yeah, that was on YouTube.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so I mean, how freaking cool was it to see TJ Ward? Yeah. I mean, that's so cool, man. That is so cool. We got Tony Williams in the house. Good morning, Broncos country. Mile high salute to y'all.
I like how Dave's rocking his Broncos green today, which is
I know. I know. Don't worry, Dave. We won't hold it against you.
Hey, so check
you
out,
see the shirt though? Let's see everything right. Let's see everything right. It's the IPA shirt.
Is that the Everything Rhymes?
That's the one.
Makes more sense now. I love it. So anyway,
hey, so there's actually Johnny. There's actually you guys will be impressed. There's actually a couple Broncos fans here in my unit.
Go get them.
So I came repping. Where there's two of them. There's a female and a male. So I was came in repping. They're like, this chick here. She's like, oh, I like your outfit. I was like, you're a Broncos fan as well. She's like, yeah, I have my windbreaker in the car. I was like, well, go put it on. It's game day.
For real, get her over here. Get them on the show for a second. Like, bring them in as real quick to give a shout.
So the problem is Isaiah told them that he had to run to the bathroom. So he's they think he's having some serious distress right now.
Serious distress. Very serious.
At least I'm on my FBI outfit.
That's right. Your FBI outfit.
Isaiah, I'm hoping you're on long enough for Johnny to disconnect it. But,
so I was gonna ask you, Johnny. I see what the problem is because on the bottom. So on the bottom it says end, and I see why you pressed it, Johnny. I see why you pressed it.
You do, right? It's right there next to the dots. You got to push to hit leave. And I went to hit the dots, but my thumb hit the end, and then I was just like, no.
Yeah, when I was like, please.
For those that didn't catch it last week, I made a complete out of myself when on the original premiere episode of this show, The Neighborhood, I accidentally ended the show right in the middle.
Johnny, there's no evidence. Deny.
Well, you know what? I don't deny it. It's a lesson learned, right?
Hey, Johnny.
It has to be. Yeah.
So I got the Broncos country. I got the first Broncos in my Cruz over here.
You're cutting it out. Whoa.
What up? So, okay. Broncos, even in Tennessee now, so all over the place.
All right, so go Broncos, first of all.
Y'all ready? What, we got 59 minutes?
Single crap.
We are so ready to watch the Broncos go out there and dominate today, y'all.
How did Isaiah get the same internet as his the unit as he has at home?
Yeah, so now I'm going to go find the second one. Turn down wherever she went.
Well, hopefully wherever she is, the internet's better, okay? Mundungus says, holy Jesus, he got TJ Ward. He also says, Isaiah, don't touch the red button. And Tony Williams, I love it. He gives a mile high five to his fellas. What's up? I love it. So let's talk a little bit about the game today. All right. So, Glenn, what do you expect from today?
I expect a lot of running, and I expect some great defense. I mean, I think Chubb's active. I'm sure he's going to be on a very limited count, but Chubb and Vaughn together again against the quarterback.
Real quick, look below. Go Broncos, baby! Woo! Anyway, I'm sorry. Continue, Glenn. I just
I'm a Broncos fan in Broncos country. So, it doesn't matter.
I was just saying that I see a heavy dose of pressure on Trevor Lawrence for sure. So,
for sure. Like,
what do you guys see?
I agree with you. I think we need to make him see ghosts. Dave, what do you predict? What do you foresee happening in the game today? What is like the big storylines for the Broncos?
Multi-sack game, huge running output. I think we really see Javonte break out today. I'm counting on
Okay.
it, actually.
So give me a prediction on, you said multi-sacks. So give me a prediction on team sacks and then maybe like an individual player who's going to get multiple.
I'm thinking like 5 total. I'd like to see Vaughn hit 2, or he could just have a Myles Garrett day and get all 5.
That would be amazing. And then you said you predict that Javonte breaks out. So what do you predict Pookie Williams gets as his end of the day, total rushing yards for the day?
I'd over 100, but that's where I'll stop. I'm not gonna. I
Okay.
really think he might do better than that, but I think this is his day to really show his stuff.
Sure. All right,
Well,
Isaiah.
you guys know the updated stats that Bradley Chubb is officially active. You guys see the updated injury report?
Yeah, we know Bradley Chubb is active for sure.
Yeah, I'm the same thing. I said 5 sacks on Friday. I believe Von Miller gets 2, Fremont Jones gets 1, Bradley Chubb gets 1. So I think the defensive line is definitely coming in strong today. I agree with Dave. I think Javonte Williams gets his first NFL rushing touchdown, NFL touchdown period, whether it's rushing or passing today. I think definitely high pressure. We saw whoever the Jaguars played last week, and he threw 3 interceptions. So we know our secondary is elite, and that we can force turnovers. I think definitely, like we said on Friday, forcing turnovers. And I'm interested to see the adjustment to not having Jerry Judy there, seeing Tim Patrick and KJ Hamler really step up. And I really want a big touchdown from KJ Hamler from his practice from making up last week. So I really want to see that today.
Sure.
I wouldn't be surprised if the first play of the Broncos offensive game is a bomb to KJ. That wouldn't shock me.
I mean, hey, way to come. I mean, way to come out, shooting for the stars. I mean, there, nothing wrong with that. I mean, at the very least, that would throw the Jaguars defense off guard. Like what? Like just like that? Like, I predict about the same, a multi-sack game. I would say probably 4 at least, and I would give at least one of those to Draymond Jones. He's been bringing so much pressure from the interior, and the right side of the Jacksonville O-line is probably the weakest point of their offense, of their offensive line. So, I mean, I predict, or I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying. Draymond, I think he's going to bust through and get at least 1. If nothing else, he's going to continue doing what he did last week, which is just bringing tons and tons and tons of pressure from the interior on Trevor Lawrence. I like what you said, Glenn. That
what are you thinking about the turnover game?
Well, I mean, you talk about the Jaguars turnover game.
No, ours. How many turnovers do you think we're going to get?
I think we have to if we want to really win this game the way we're hoping, we have to have at least 2. We lost Isaiah. I think we have to have at least 2 turnovers. 3 would be much more preferable. I think we see Simmons' first pick of the season. I don't know where you're at with that, guys, but if there's one thing that I noticed last week from watching Jacksonville's tape, it's that Trevor Lawrence has not yet gotten away from telegraphing telegraphing his intended target, at times.
I mean, it was his first game.
Sure.
Certainly, I don't think anyone expected Jacksonville to lay an egg against the Houston Texans, but that's exactly what happened.
Right, but I
can't wait to see Urban on the sideline when things start going south.
Yeah,
because that guy seems to get unhinged pretty quickly.
He's mad. He's a madman. But like, I truly believe that Justin Simmons will at least get his first pick of the season today. Just because he is so good at reading a quarterback, and I think he'll read a route and he'll jump that route like butter and just take off. So I mean, what about you, Dave? Any other predictions?
Well, I imagine we'll get to scores later.
Yeah.
But just look what Houston's defense did, and just imagine what today is going to be like. I'm always the optimist, but I'm really today.
No, I agree with you.
Full Glassman.
Full Glassman. If Houston's defense, which I mean, they're definitely not a top 10 defense. I wouldn't say that they're. I don't know. What would you say they are, Glenn? Would you say they're mediocre, average? I mean, I would go with.
I think the whole team is
mediocre,
crappy. Is that on the scale? I don't know.
Yeah. I think on the official scale, and like this is trademarked, stamped, and it's official. It goes like average, mediocre, crappy, and then there's another word below that we won't use because this is a family show.
Right.
But the Houston defense, made a mockery of the Jacksonville offense this last week, and like you said, Dave, with the weapons that the Broncos have on defense, I mean, there is no way that we can't that our defense can't at least replicate some of that success against this Jacksonville offense. So I'm going to start with you on this next one. What player on the Jaguars are you most worried about as a threat to the Broncos today?
I couldn't give you an answer because I don't know the Jacksonville roster that well. To be honest,
you really need to learn how to read. We've got to get you some reading lessons. All right, fine. Skipping on.
For me, it's probably Chenault or DJ Chark. So I think those two are the receivers. I'm not too worried about Robinson on the running game. In fact, I benched him in one of my fantasy leagues. But what we should do is we should probably mention the inactives for the Broncos because I do think that does play
I will go ahead and pull that up. Dave, what about you? While I'm pulling up the inactives, which player on the Jacksonville Jaguars are you most worried about?
Well, if it weren't for LaVisca in the Colorado Ties, the only player I know is Miles Jack. So I'm going to say Miles Jack.
All right, Miles Jack.
Oh yeah, okay, Isaiah. Way to be original.
Chenault also, Tony. I saw Tony's comment. He says former CU star Chenault scares me in offense and defensive.
LaVisca Chenault. He's an animal out of RPO.
Yeah,
I mean, you run RPO with LaVisca Chenault.
Chenault is definitely.
So,
but I don't think Jacksonville has enough. I think our defense is so elite. I don't think Jacksonville's offensive weapons, whoever they may be, can even contend. Even with Patrick Surtain starting, can even contend with our elite defense. So, I mean, this is. I don't want to say a gimme, but as Broncos country knows, this should be a win. I don't want to say easy win because the NFL, but this should be a win. And this is where you really come out and you really keep your foot on the gas and just make noise.
Right. All right. So for me, I would say DJ Chark. I think Trevor Lawrence, he's still finding his footing. I mean, he might be a little bit better than he was in his debut last week, but at the same time, I think it's still only 1 week. It's only 1 week removed from that. He's still finding he's still finding his sea legs, if that makes any sense. So I think probably the weapon that most concerns me would be DJ Chark. LaVisca Chenault is an absolute monster off of RPO and off of the suite, but I think DJ Chark is going to have probably lead their team for receptions and run after catch because that's what he does better than just about anybody on that team. So,
well, real quick, people are talking about the 80% precipitation in the Broncos. We also have to forget about Trevor Lawrence as a rookie getting ready to play in rain against an elite defense. So that's also something to think about on the other side. How is Trevor Lawrence going to respond to rain in Jacksonville playing against an elite defense where usually this is run heavy and not pass heavy? So what happens when you're running the ball and then you got to throw it in the rain? How's that going to transpire and how's it going to translate?
Well, rain's going to affect everybody, though. I mean,
but who's gonna affect more? That's basically my question. Who's it gonna affect more?
Let me put it to you this way. All right, and Glenn, you've lived in Colorado too, so you will agree. I think you'll agree with me on this. Growing up in Colorado, rain is not a common thing. Like Colorado is in like a perpetual drought always. It's a desert. You struggle with the precipitation. So rain, playing in rain now in Jacksonville. I've lived on the East Coast, not far from Jacksonville at one time, and I'm going to tell you, it rains every single day. So I'm pretty sure the Jaguars are going to have a little bit more experience playing in the rain than the Broncos do. Just from practices alone. I'm just saying.
That's a good point.
What do you think there, Glenn?
I think it's going to be. I mean, Florida is notorious for that afternoon 10-minute rainstorm or whatever. So when it says 80%, it's not for certain that it's going to be just this ongoing precipitation. I have not looked at the updated forecast either, so I don't know when it's
I lived in southern Georgia. Which is right there north of Jacksonville, not far at all. And I'm going to tell you right now, it rained every afternoon. It was like on a perfect little time clock. That rain comes in. Let me see here. I'm going to pull up this comment by Mundungus real quick. Is there a guy that hands out towels? He could snap some of our guys when they run by. That could be concerning. Listen, you don't need to go getting sassy with us. That's Glenn's job. Hashtag sassy Glenn.
I'll head out and get back over here. I don't want to keep ruining the stream with my bad data in the drill hall, but I just wanted to check in.
Hey, look,
say what's up, Broncos.
Nothing could ruin the stream worse than ending the stream, so you're fine. Okay?
Well, from this position. So I'm gonna head out. We're gonna watch the game.
Right.
We're gonna get this win today, guys. Glenn, Dave, Johnny. We'll talk to you guys later. Enjoy the show, guys. Welcome to the premiere of The Neighborhood, and let's get to it. Let's get this win today.
All right, buddy. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was going to say, looking at the hourly Jacksonville forecast, starting at 1:00, 18% chance of rain. 2:00, 17% chance of rain. So and then 17 through the balance of the time.
So we might not have too much of an issue.
No, I'm not too worried about it. The people dancing at the tailgate, it looked like Woodstock there. It was all muddy, gross.
Hopefully with more shirts on though.
Yeah.
And less hairy pits. But
can you imagine how hot Prophet's going to be down there? In that in his robes.
Here's what we need to do for Prophet. Okay, we need to get him some robes made with moisture wick material. That stuff they make workout shirts out of.
Linen.
Yeah, I'm just saying, oh no, I'm not. It's not bad. It's moisture wicking.
Can we get him an Under Armour sponsorship or something?
I'm sure it wouldn't be. I'm sure it couldn't be that hard. Wait, there's a guy who's a Broncos fan who dresses like Moses. Pick him up, man. Suddenly we see Prophet on commercials. Game day commercials
with Steph Curry and Tom Brady.
I was about to say with Steph Curry, you got Steph Curry, Tom Brady. Mile High Prophet right in the middle, just
having ice cream sundae with avocado ice cream and a Subway sandwich.
Oh, that's hysterical. Okay, so inactives. Let me pull those up real quick. We can talk about the inactives for today.
I do have that list. I don't know if you have a graphic for that. Oh,
I do.
Here we go. Look at you.
It's on. This is straight from DenverBroncos.com. Inactives versus the Jaguars today. Running back Nate McCrary. I can't remember what was going on with McCrary because we just brought him up not long ago.
Well, Crockett's on the active roster, so
that's right. We brought Demarie Crockett up on the roster. Kerry Vincent Jr., the cornerback, he's out for the game. Lamar Johnson, safety, is out. We already a lot of us, our prayers are out right now to Graham Glasgow while he's. Our thoughts and prayers as he's figuring out what's going on with this possible cardiac issue he's having. I will say this. I want to give some mad props to Graham Glasgow. Just the sheer toughness of the guy to be having heart palpitations and stay in the game and play for as long as he did. That's nothing shy of impressive. I mean, it's not safe. And, as a person with medical history, I was a combat medic with, paramedics license, all that. It's stupid.
This is the worst tribute I've ever heard.
No,
it went from pure heroic to stupid.
As a medical professional, what he did is stupid. But as a fan, way to hold up your team, brother. So we're praying. We're thinking about you.
His last play was the play against the Melvin Gordon 70-yard rush.
Right. And I mean,
he opened it up.
He opened it up. Him and Saubert threw in. You know, the two of them were able to split that gap and open it up for Gordon to bust his way through. It was fantastic. So
you mentioned Saubert, and I love when I said something the other day about it. I love when Lindsey Bebo continuously hammers at the fact that Urban Meyer got rid of Saubert to sign Tim Tebow at tight end. And someone called it the Eric Saubert revenge game.
It kind of is. I mean, Tebow is awesome. I mean, I never had really problem with Tebow. I liked Tebow, but we got Peyton Manning, and I'm sorry, you're gone. You're done. We got Peyton Manning. You're done. But Saubert, he showed out, and Tebow got cut. I mean, I bet you at the end of this game, Urban Meyer is going to be kicking himself more than he already is going to be over that decision. So I don't know what you think, Dave.
How many Tebow jerseys will we see in the stands today?
Not an, well, I don't know. I feel like I kind of feel like everybody would have gone out and bought their Tebow jerseys. And then when he got cut, they were like, oh, and then maybe went and got their Trevor Lawrence jersey. And even now, and after, his first showing, they're going, oh,
well, he's from the Jacksonville area. That's where.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So I forgot that.
I think you're going to see a lot of jerseys there. In fact, my dad and I were at the first game that he played for the Broncos against Jacksonville, and he basically lined up as a receiver in that game. Like he didn't actually play quarterback. It was a Kyle Orton.
Avatar says he still has his Tebow jersey. So
I think Dave, you're talking about a Jags Tebow jersey, right?
Yep, number 85, right?
Right.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
They sold a whole bunch of them in the beginning of in the off season.
Yeah, at one point it was the number one jersey sale, I believe.
Number 1, number 2, number 3, like the home and away. And
looks like oh goodness, Savior G is jumping in with dad jokes for us. Some game day dad jokes. What kind of tea do football players drink? Penalty.
Johnny, don't act like you're not going to be telling that in about an hour.
Oh, I'm totally gonna be telling that. I really am. I'm totally telling that one. That was awesome. And then what was this other one? Why was the tiny ghost asked to join the football team? They needed a little team spirit. I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing. Okay.
And we're officially
I'm laughing.
off the rails.
Yeah, we are. Okay, so getting back into the inactives. All right. So we have Graham Glasgow.
Savior's comedy writer is inactive.
Yeah. Oh, you're hired. Anyway, Cam Fleming is out. Our right tackle. Definitely not our starting right tackle. Thank God. I'm going to be honest. Thank God. Tight end / fullback Andrew Beck is out. I'm not sure what's going on with Beck.
Is that
what it is?
Yeah. It's not. I don't think it's injury related. I think it's he's number 4.
Okay, and McTelvin Agim is out as well. Defensive lineman, defensive end. So and then of course we already know that Jerry Judy went down last Sunday with that terrible ankle injury. And, we wish him. Yeah. That was not meant to go off right there, but it's okay. He's saying, yeah, he remembers. It sucks seeing Judy go down with that kind of injury. Mm-hmm. Especially that early in the season. I mean, and it was impressive. He was leading the Broncos in receptions and yardage up to that point. I mean, I think he still won the day as far as receiving yards goes, if I'm not mistaken, at the end. But I mean, it really sucks to see him go down. He's out 4 to 6 weeks, so he will not be on the field today. And then we have cornerback Ronald Darby. And he's out for 4 to 6 weeks on short-term IR as well. From what I've been hearing from, I've been really following Albright on it. It's a tear to his hamstring. A small tear, but it's one that it definitely needs to heal. And if he doesn't let it heal, it's just going to get worse, and then that could be even more detrimental. So those are our inactives for today. Probably the ones that affect us the most are definitely Graham Glasgow being out, and Jerry Judy, and Ronald Darby. So what do you
those
predict?
Guys aren't technically inactive because they're on the IR.
I just meant they won't be suiting up. They won't be in the game for us, and they're very important players to us. So, Dave, what do you predict is going? Changes are going to be made, and what we will see in the absence of those. I'm just going to say those three key players.
Well, we already know PS2 is getting the start. I think he's going to play boundary a lot. This is what I understand.
Yeah.
And we know that Moody is coming in for Glasgow.
Does it make you nervous that that PS2 is going to be playing the boundary when he's been dime this far?
I'm not. There's nothing that worries me about this game except for the humidity. The only thing is the humidity.
All right. So you mentioned Moody. What do you think we need to see out of Moody today?
Well, we'll just have to test out his pass blocking chops. I think we know that he's going to be a run machine.
Absolutely.
So can he hold up? Can he hold up against an inside pass rush? That's what we need to find out. Other than that, I'm not.
All right, Glenn. What are your predictions?
To echo Dave, the key with Moody is going to be just the pass protection.
Okay.
I mean, this is a huge opportunity for him.
Kind of like an audition.
It truly is, because with Graham's salary not being guaranteed for next year, upwards of $11 million, the thought is that Glasgow wouldn't be back with the team under those terms. Yeah. So this really is an opportunity for Moody to really shine and show his skill set. It's one of those things too, is how long is Graham going to be out? I mean, when you're dealing with heart, and it sounds
there's even a chance he might not ever come back.
I don't know. I mean, they're saying, Vic has said, that the test came back positive, but what he goes, they say negative, but to me that's a positive. Like that was like Dr. Fangio, right?
Your doctor, oh God, no.
But so as far as PS2, from all accounts, this guy is so smart. He's picked up all these different positions. I have no concerns about him at all. I think
not to mention he was raised by PS1.
Right. Exactly.
I mean,
so I think we're in real good shape. I really do.
Okay. All right. I mean, so what do you predict we're going to see the Broncos do as far as, making up for Jerry Judy not being in the game? Like, are we going to, do you think another receiver is going to step up and kind of fill his shoes, so to speak? Or do you think that Teddy's just going to spread it out more?
I mean, Teddy spread it out a lot last week. I mean, it was pretty spectacular.
I guess even more is the question.
Yeah.
I meant.
I think Patrick's going to continue to shine. I mean, KJ's obviously going to get a lot of play, but I don't know about you guys, but Tim got more attention last week than I was really expecting him to get as the number 4 receiver. But I mean, we're in real good shape on the receiving end as well. So I see Tim. I mean, I added him in my FanDuel this week because I do think he's going to, get quite a lot of attention from Bridgewater.
Yeah, and that actually segues me into my next point, which I wanted to ask you guys who you think the Broncos player of the game is going to be. My prediction was, and I've made this on every one of our shows the past week, is Tim Patrick. I'm calling out Tim Patrick to be the Broncos MVP for the day. He showed so much last week. He is, and I really think he's just going to continue to ride that momentum like a wave. Looks like we got KB82 in the house as well. So he says, "What's up, fellas? What's up, Kenny? How you doing, brother?"
Kenny, how's the Bronco whiskey, by the way? You got to let us know.
Oh, dude, I want to get my hands on a bottle of that so badly.
Yeah.
Was that from Breckenridge, I believe?
It is. Yeah. I have some coming my way, so I'm excited.
I am so jealous. I can't afford it, because I'm broke. So anyway, what about you guys? Who do you predict number one or the Broncos MVP is going to be for the day?
Go ahead, Glenn.
Draymond. I think he's going to have a match. And I thought that even before the whole, Twitter outrage from.
I'm sorry. I was thinking about exactly what you were about to think about, and I started laughing.
Yeah, when people are like, "Who's Draymond Jones?" and down in Jacksonville, because he did not have the most ringing endorsement of his time with Urban Meyer.
Mm-hmm.
Can't you see exactly what he's talking about? That here's a guy that probably really was domineering against these college kids, and he's trying the same tactics. These grown men, these multimillionaires, these established players, and he strolls in and tries to yell and scream and lose his mind. And Draymond basically said, right. And Draymond basically said that, and the 4 Jacksonville fans on Twitter, they managed to start bad-mouthing Draymond like he's just this no-name. So
who is he? Who is he? You're about to
Who's
find
this guy?
Out.
I think he's gonna be a monster today. I mean, I love him. He's one of my absolute favorite press conference guys. I mean,
he's a good dude. I would love to meet him someday. Avatar says, "Hey, Rich." So Rich is in the house. He says, "Good afternoon." What's up, Richie? Good to see you. Kind of wish you were on the show though, instead of in the comment stream. You MHRT or you. Okay. And then Rich predicts Albert O is the player of the game.
Are we going to let him contribute when he's just sitting there drinking beers in Canada?
Go home. Anyway, Dave, what about you?
Well, Avatar and we think a lot alike, but back to Javonte. I mean, he's my guy this game, even though it'd be really easy to say Bridgewater, because if he manages the game well, if he's 80% again and 250 yards, it'll be really hard not to call him the player of the game. If we're talking breakout player, I'm definitely on the Javonte train all the way.
I definitely don't disagree. I'm excited to see Pookie play. I want to see more out of him than we got to see last week. I think we will. Also, I also think that since, given the now the absence of Jerry Judy, right?
Mm-hmm.
That hopefully, I'm really hoping that Pat Shurmur starts calling some plays to get the running backs involved in the pass game. Because one thing we know about Melvin Gordon, besides the fact that last season he fumbled a lot, is that he can catch the ball. And 2, we from what we've seen, even though he had limited touches in college, Javonte Williams also, for the most part, from the sample size we have of him, he catches well as also. So that could add 2 more passing weapons as well for Teddy Bridgewater. So I would like to see some more passing possibly to the running backs as well. I don't know about you guys, but that's what I think.
Absolutely.
I mean, the Patriots. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I'm up against. I've got Javonte as my number 2 running back, and I'm up against Muhammad this week. So I like some receptions.
I don't think I know who it is that I'm up against in fantasy this week. It's hang on. I'm gonna pull it up. Glenn, what do you think about that? I mean, do you think we could get the running backs more involved in the pass game?
Well, first of all Johnny knows is he won the draft.
The draft.
I mean, he won. We're
not going. I won. I was merely coming back at you all for talking smack. Okay, analytically, I did win the draft. That's not the point. Oh, I'm up against Rich this week.
So did Jacksonville, right?
That's right. That's right. I'm up against Rich. I'd forgotten. So, Rich, I'm coming for you.
So, actually, the border's closed. Sorry. You can't get in. The Patriots made a whole run based on a lot of screen passes from Brady to his running backs. He made some no-name running backs into household names. I'm a huge fan of the screen pass. I never could understand why we didn't do it. And then when you look at our guys, I mean, Melvin Gordon, his run, that 70-yard run, they clocked him at like 21 miles an hour.
21.3.
Yeah,
21.3 miles per hour.
So he's got some serious speed. Javonte's a beast after getting hit. He just bounces off and just keeps plowing. Can you imagine Teddy just lofting one and a guy and being caught by one of these running backs in stride? I mean, it's going to be
either one of them
impossible.
takes off at like a cheetah down the field, or the other one just knocks everybody out of the way to get there.
It's going to be almost impossible to tackle those guys without some sort of a significant gain. I think it's going to be huge.
Right.
Just going back to Javonte last week, I'm looking at the box score here, and he actually had more carries than Melvin. He had 14 versus 11. The Melvin was take away that 70-yard run, he was at 10 carries for 31 yards. And Javonte was at 14 for 45 yards. So they averaged between the two of them just over 3.1, 3.2 yards per carry prior to that.
We're not playing the Giants this week.
No.
No, we're playing the Jaguars. Anyway, I want to pull this up. KB82 gives us Simmons will be the MVP with 2 interceptions.
I would love that. He's my favorite.
But here's the fun thing. Here's the follow-up to that, right? Because Avatar says that is a possibility, Kenny. But moving on, you ready for this? Rich paying Simmons respect. Rich says, I could see Simmons doing well. Lawrence is like Drew. He often stares down his targets. I agree, because I already said that earlier in the show, actually. But, Rich, did you really just pay a compliment to Justin Simmons? Who are you, and what have you done with our Canadian? Like,
I'm in disbelief. He said something positive about Justin.
I'm just saying.
Who literally every person on the planet loves Justin Simmons,
except for Rich. Crazy.
Did you see Justin on Good Morning Football the other day?
No, I didn't actually get to watch it.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, Google the interview. He was fantastic. I mean, he got a chance to talk about his foundation. They were asking about Teddy. They were asking about all sorts of different things that, all Bronco related. It was just, the guy is just so good. Wow. He's just so good.
So we're getting down to the wire. Okay, game time kickoff is in 25 minutes, and so I want to start rolling it back, getting us out of here. So we have 2 things left. Okay, new thing for the neighborhood that we're gonna do. That's gonna be a lot of fun, and then we will do our score prediction, and then we'll go ahead and get out of here so everybody can go to the bathroom real quick, top off a beer, grab a slice of pizza or a plate of wings, and get ready to watch this game. All right, so what we're gonna do, I have created this, and it's just for fun. Okay, if anybody gets offended, just leave the show. Okay. Before we go ahead and do that, I'm going to go ahead and say this.
Should Dave and I give
stopping the broadcast, Dave?
Should Dave and I give the disclaimer that we have not seen these? So Johnny
True. Well, no, but that's half of it. That's what's funny about that. So it's going to be fun about this, okay? Now that being said,
before offended, it scares me, quite honestly.
Not like that. It's all in fun and games. Don't be sensitive, okay?
Just don't talk about T-Rex.
Before we do that, please. I just want to remind everybody, please, if you like what you've seen, if you like what you've heard today, give us a like, subscribe, share, get it out there. Let's build the family, okay? We really could use the help, and we love talking to like-minded Broncos fans like you, okay? In addition, do not miss our other shows of the week, okay? On Tuesday, we have Broncos Talk with a 6'10" Mexican and Richie Rich, okay? And that's going to be at 7654 on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Also, do not miss the flagship podcast, MHRT Podcast, with my co-host today, Glenn Hauser, Mundungus, Mr. Boggins, and a 6'10" Mexican. Same time, 7654, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. You can also catch me and my best friend Isaiah on Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue every Friday, same times, same places. Okay? Please help us out. All right? Subscribe, like, share. You can also check out my articles on denvernosebleeds.com. All right. I've begun writing articles, And thus far, everybody I've talked to says they are a very good read. So I'm actually very proud of them. All right. That being said, let's go.
You're doing great with that, and you're putting out a lot of. You're not doing one every 2 weeks either. You're banging them out.
I'm writing about 3 a week right now. I'm trying to do a midweek article, then a day before the game, like a keys to the game kind of thing, and then a recap.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to bang them out. They're about. It takes a while because I'm writing about 2,500 to 3,000 to 3,500 words per article, and that's.
Which is great because one article lines the bottom of a dog crate almost perfectly.
Thank you, Glenn. I'm so glad I can help your dog out. Only because I won't help Isaiah's. Anyway.
You don't want to be the one to assist Isaiah's dog.
No. He's a good dog. He's not that good. He's a very good dog. He's just not that good. So. All right, so now what we're going to do, this is the new fun thing, okay? For anybody that's ever watched The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, right? Have you? And if you have, he sometimes does NFL superlatives. All right, and if you don't know what a superlative is, it's the yearbook thing where somebody was like vote when people were voted most likely to be, the most successful or the biggest burnout or whatever in their yearbook. Jimmy Fallon started this, and I thought it'd be a fun thing for us to do here on the neighborhood. No, I'm not kidding. In my yearbook, there was most likely to be the biggest burnout. I'm not even joking.
They could never do that now.
No, they couldn't. They really
That's
couldn't.
Awesome.
All right, so here we go. We have the neighborhood game day superlatives. Yay!
Game day superlatives.
Game day superlatives.
We need
All
the
right.
doing this.
Yeah. So first up, we're gonna go with on the Jacksonville Jaguars, Dakota Allen linebacker, most likely to find a family of birds nesting on his head.
All right.
Yeah, I mean,
Are you ramping up to
They get better.
Very slow.
I'm just saying, look at that thing. Look at that in this picture. I'm just saying, look at it's a bird.
I am jealous, man. I would love something.
Not that much, Glenn. I mean, you'd hit that. You would hit that walking through doorways. All right. So the next, we're gonna go with Jacob Hollister, tight end. It's gonna be most likely to be Ned Stark's stunt double. I'm just saying, how much does he look like Game of Thrones? He looks Game of Thrones.
I've never watched Game of Thrones.
That is so ridiculously sad. That is so ridiculous. Oh my gosh, you guys just ruined this whole thing. You ruined everything, Glenn.
Savior G, are you around? Can you get us something?
All right, next we're gonna have Quinn Meyer.
She just jumped in with another joke. All right, keep going.
Offensive guard, most likely to make all of your lumberjack fantasies come true.
That is true.
Yes, it is.
They got him a third round draft pick.
That it did. What's funny though is my wife actually came up with this one because of the beard. She's like, "Oh, he looks like a lumberjack. You should do something about lumberjack fantasies." She had no idea about the whole, him out in the woods knocking down trees on YouTube thing. So I was like, "Well, that's just perfect." So moving on, we have Sam Martin, the punter, most likely to corner you outside of Abercrombie and offer you a coupon for really, really tight pants.
I can see that.
Yeah. I'm just saying he's got that look. Oh, there we go. Teddy Bridgewater, most likely to have borrowed his hairdo from a Magnadoodle.
What is that? I don't even know what that is.
Oh, you don't remember Magnadoodle? That makes me sad. Okay, Magnadoodle. It was that thing. It was that you could get from the toy store for like $1 when you were a kid. It was like it had a little picture of like a clown or a guy inside. There's a bunch of little metal shavings in there, and you had this little pen that had a magnet on the end, and you could drag the shavings around and make. And
I remember those.
Change his hair. So look at Teddy there. I'm going to bring it back up.
No. Go to Savior G.
Aw, you're killing me, Glenn. That's just sad. Oh, wrong thing. I went the wrong one. There we go. Fine. I was gonna do the last one, but Glenn's talked me.
Oh, I didn't know there was one more. Okay.
There is. We got one more for Jacksonville.
All right. Sorry.
One more for Jacksonville, and that is going to be. It's going to be Trevor Lawrence, quarterback, most likely to pose next to a waterfall for an Herbal Essences commercial.
You saved the best for last.
You did. That was your crowning moment.
Yeah.
So, Johnny's never going to talk to me again.
Whatever. I thought it was fun.
Gong.
Look, I thought it was fun, and I think now that we've introduced it, if everybody can come up with one or two or whatever during the week, we can have more fun with it. Because I came up with all of these on my own, sitting there just trying to get stuff done. Now that I've introduced it, if everybody else can help me out by making superlatives throughout the week, we can send them back and forth and we can share them. It'll be a lot of fun, I think. All right. So now we got to get ready to get out of here. So final score predictions. Dave, go.
I was 31-13 earlier in the week. My score revision is 27-6.
Okay. All right. Is that on a touchdown with no extra point, or two field goals and no touchdowns?
2 field goals for us. 2 field goals for us. 3 TDs, 2 field goals, and only giving up a pair of field goals.
27-6. All right, Glenn. What about you, sir?
34-10. Still going with that.
Okay. My prediction all week has been 27-10. So I believe I think we're kind of all in the same area, within a score of each other on either side. So, well, I can't wait to see what happens. I don't know about you guys, but it's been a good re-premiere of the show of the neighborhood. Thank you all for joining us. We can't wait to see you on Tuesday for Broncos.
KB has a superlative. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I think this is.
All right. Thank you, KB. You know what? I'm not going to show you what I actually was in my high school yearbook. Anyway, and he talked to me. I talked him down. He says, "From what? Avatar, a ledge, or anyway?" I hope not. So let's get ready to get out of here. All right. Let's go watch this game. Okay.
Sounds great.
All right, you guys. Hey, thank you all for joining us for the re-premiere episode of The Neighborhood. We cannot wait to see you on Tuesday for Broncos Talk, on Thursday for MHRT, and on Friday for NRWOB. Do not miss next week's episode of The Neighborhood. It's going to be a lot of fun. First home game against the New York Jets in Denver. All right. We will go live an hour and a half to an hour before the show. Turn on your notification bell so you know when we're going live. We're going to have another live tailgate report from the Mile High Prophet at that game. So do not miss it, you guys. Let's get the hands out. Let's get ready for a Mile High Five, right? Here we go. Mile High Five. I love it, you guys. Let's go watch this game and go Broncos.